हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज का टॉपिक है पोसोलॉजी. सो व्हाट डज पोसोलॉजी मीन्स? इट्स अ टर्म विच इज़ derived फ्रॉम ग्रीक वर्ड्स. पोसोस means how much and logos means science. Posology is a branch of medical science which deals with dose or quantity of drugs which can be administered to a patient to get the desired pharmacological action. क्या होता है पोसोलॉजी? पोसोलॉजी होता है अमाउंट ऑफ ड्रग जिसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है ताकि हम फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शन को ऑब्टेन कर सकें. ठीक है. द डोज ऑफ ए ड्रग कैन नॉट बी फिक्सड रिजिडली बिकॉज वेरियस फैक्टर्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एज, सेक्स, सिवियरिटी ऑफ द डिसीज़ एक्सेट्रा. क्या है कि कोई भी जो डोज है उसको हम एक फिक्स नहीं कर सकते, रिजिड नहीं कर सकते. क्यों? क्योंकि जो डोज है वो कई फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड करता है, जैसे एज, सेक्स, सिवियरिटी ऑफ द डिसीज़ एक्सेट्रा. द ऑफिशियल डोजेस इन फार्माकोपिया रिप्रेजेंट द एवरेज रेंज ऑफ क्वांटिटी suitable for adults which is administered orally within 24 hours. When others route of administration are followed, the relevant appropriate dose is given. So what are the factors which influence dose? First is age, then sex, body weight, route of administration, time of administration, environmental factor, emotional factor, presence of disease, accumulation, additive effect, synergism, antagonism, idiosyncrasy, tolerance, tachyphylaxis and metabolic disturbance. So in next slide we are going to discuss about each and every every factor. First factor is age. The pharmacokinetics of many drugs changes with age. Newborn infants are abnormally sensitive to certain drugs because of their immature state of their hepatic and renal function, by which drugs are inactivated and eliminated from the body. Failure to detoxify and eliminate drugs results in their accumulation in the tissue to a toxic level. Whereas elderly patients are more sensitive to some drugs effects. Example, hypnotics, which may produce confusion state in them. Next factor is sex. Women do not always respond to the action of drugs in the same manner as it done in men. Special care should be taken when drugs are administered during menstruation, pregnancy and lactations. The stronger purgatives such as aloes should be avoided during menstruation. Similarly, the drugs which may stimulate the uterine smooth muscles, for example, drastic purgative, anti-malarial drugs, ergot alkaloids are contraindicated during pregnancy. Alcohol, barbiturates, narcotic drugs acts on fetus through placenta because it can easily pass through the placental barrier. During lactation, morphine, tetracycline avoided because it affects on babies. Next factor is body weight. The average dose is mentioned either in terms of mg per kg body weight. Another technique used as a total single for an adult weighing between 50 to 100 kg. However, the dose expressed in this fashion may not apply in case of obese patients, children and malnourished patients. It should be calculated according to body weight. Next factor is route of administration. IV doses of drugs are usually smaller than the oral doses. Because intravenous route, this might enhance the chances of drug toxicity. The effectiveness of drug formulation is generally controlled by the route of administration. Furthermore, time of administration. The presence of food in the stomach delay the absorption of drug and rapidly absorbed from the empty stomach. But it does not mean that much effective when taken during or after meal. Iron, arsenic and cod liver oil should be given after meal and antacid during drugs taken before meal. Next factor is environmental factor. The personality and behavior of a physician may influence the effect of drug, especially the drugs which are intended for use in a psychosomatic disorders. The females are more emotional than male and require less dose of certain drugs. Inner dose forms called placebos, which resemble the actual medicament in the physical properties, are known to produce therapeutic benefit in disease like angina pectoris and bronchial asthma. Next factor is presence of disease. Drugs like barbiturates, chlorpromazine may produce unusually prolonged effect in patients having liver cirrhosis, such as streptomycin produce toxic effect on these patients. Their kidney function is not working properly because streptomycin excreted through kidney. Next factor is accumulation. Some drugs produces the toxic effect if it is repeatedly administered for a long time. Example, digitalis, amytine, heavy metals, because these drugs excreted slowly. This occurs due to accumulative effect of the drug. Next factor is additive effect. When two or more drugs administered together is equivalent to sum of their individual pharmacological action, the phenomena is called as additive effect. मतलब जब दो या दो से ज़्यादा ड्रग हम एक साथ लेते हैं तो उनके इफेक्ट क्या है, एक साथ जुड़ जाते हैं, उसे हम एडिटिव इफेक्ट बोलते हैं. एग्जाम्पल में है एफेड्रिन एंड एमाइनोफाइलिन इन द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ ब्रोंकियल अस्थमा. Synergism, when desired therapeutic results need is difficult to achieve with single drug at that time, two or more drugs are used in combination form for increasing their action. This phenomena is called as synergism. जब दो या दो से ज़्यादा ड्रग हम एक साथ देते हैं तो क्या होता है, एक ड्रग का इफेक्ट बढ़ जाता है, तो उसको synergism बोला जाता है. एग्जाम्पल में प्रोकेन एंड एड्रेनालिन कॉम्बिनेशन इंक्रीज द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ एक्शन ऑफ प्रोकेन. Next factor is antagonism. When the action of one drug is opposed by the other drug on the same physiological system is known as drug antagonism. Antagonism क्या होता है, जब एक दवाई लेने की वजह से दूसरी दवाई का एक्शन ख़त्म हो जाए या नेगेटिव हो जाए तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं, एंटागोनिज्म. द यूज़ ऑफ एंटागोनिस्टिक रिस्पॉन्सेज टू ड्रग इज़ वैल्यूएबल इन द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ पॉइजनिंग. तो ये कहाँ इफेक्टिव होता है, पॉइजनिंग के केस में. Example, milk of magnesia is given in acid poisoning where alkaline effect of milk of magnesia neutralize the effect of acid poisoning. When adrenaline and acetylcholine are given together, they neutralize the effect of each other due to antagonism because adrenaline is vasoconstrictor and acetylcholine is a vasodilator. Next factor is idiosyncrasy. Idiosyncrasy is called as allergy. An extraordinary response to a drug which is different from its characteristic pharmacological action is called idiosyncrasy. Example, small quantity of aspirin may cause gastric hemorrhage. Next example is some persons are sensitive to penicillin and sulfonamide because they produce severe toxic effect. Next factor is tolerance. When an unusual large dose of a drug is required to elicit an effect ordinarily produced by the normal therapeutic dose of the drug, the phenomena is called as drug tolerance. Example, smokers can tolerate nicotine, alcoholic can tolerate large quantity of alcohol. The drug tolerance is of two types: true tolerance, which is produced by oral and parenteral administration of the drug; pseudo tolerance, which is produced only to the oral route of the administration. Next factor is tachyphylaxis. When some drugs administered repeatedly at short intervals, the cell receptors get blocked up and pharmacological response to the drug decreased. The decreased response cannot be reversed by increasing the dose of this phenomena is called tachyphylaxis or acute tolerance. Example, ephedrine given repeated dose at short intervals in the treatment of bronchial asthma may produce very less response due to tachyphylaxis. Another factor is the metabolic disturbance. Change in water electrolyte balance and acid base balance, body temperature and other physiological factors may modify the effect of drug. For example, salicylate reduce body temperature only in case an individual has rise in body temperature. They have no antipyretics effect if the body temperature is normal. So next we would study about calculation of doses. How to calculate doses according to body weight and surface area, and there are several factors on the basis of which we will calculate the doses. The dose of a drug given in the pharmacopoeia present the average maximum quantity of drugs which can be administered to an adult orally within 24 hours. The doses are also calculated in proportionate to age, body weight and surface area of the patient. Dose proportionate to age. There are a number of methods by which the dose for a child can be calculated from the adult dose. For example, Young formula, Dealing's formula, Freyd's formula, Cowling formula. Young's formula, this formula used for calculating the dose of children under 12 years of age. You can see the formula. Dose for the child is equal to age in year multiplied by adult dose divided by age in year plus 12. Next is Dealing formula. This formula is used for calculating the dose for children in between 4 to 20 years. This formula is considered better because it is easier and quick to calculate the dose. And following is the formula for this: age in year divided by 20 multiplied by adult dose. Freyd's formula. The formula is used for calculating dose for infants up to 2 years. Dose for infants, age in month divided by 150 multiplied by adult dose. Next is Cowling's formula. Dose for child is equal to age at next birthday into adult dose divided by 24. Dose proportionate to body weight. Now we are going to discuss how to calculate the dose according to body weight. And first formula is Clark's formula, used to calculate the dose on body weight. Dose for child is equal to child weight in kg divided by 70 and multiplied by adult dose. Dose proportionate to surface area. In this method, dose is calculated accordingly to surface area. It's the more satisfactory and appropriate method than based on age method. Percentage of adult dose is equal to surface area of child divided by surface area of adult into 100. Thank you. This is for all today.